morning, Marshall.
How's it going?
Good morning, everyone. This is Marshall from Mellow Nomadic Adventures. See.
Yep.
So today we're gonna do a little tour with Marshall rig. I love his rig.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
You want to show us, Marshall?
Sure. This is my 2013 Dodge Grand Caravan, and I get in on the driver's side. I thought that made more sense since I'm on the driver's side driving.
Right.
That way you can pop right in.
Okay.
Inside, you're going to see that I have my Iceco fridge, 40-quart fridge.
All right.
This runs off of my Jackery. I have a 1,000-watt Jackery.
Wow.
And love this fridge. You could either do freezer mode or fridge mode, so that's really handy.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to do to achieve a little bit more of a stealthiness with this build is I put this divider up and blackout curtains all around. It serves.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Thank you.
He did a really nice job with this divider here.
So this is 3 pieces. You have 2 that go upright,
Right.
and those bolt actually to the seat of the van.
Right.
So on each side, underneath each seat, there was an existing hole, and I just went right into that existing hole.
Okay. Tell us about your flooring here.
So this flooring is a composite tongue and groove style floor on top, and I use this decorative, I forget what they call it. It's a transition piece. Usually they use this in houses to transition from, like, for instance, one kind of hardwood to another. For me, it keeps the floor from sliding around.
Okay.
But I have storage under here. I have my 50-foot extension cord.
Perfect.
Right there. I have a sledgehammer
Right.
that I use to hammer in. I have this pole here. On top of the pole, I have a square table. It's a camp table made of expanded metal, and so I can put that right on top of the fire if I do want to cook on the fire. I also have a fly swatter under there. It's just right for some small storage.
Right.
So it's not a lot of storage here. The floor is waterproof, so if I'm getting in with mud or really
What kind of
wet shoes-
material you use?
So for the flooring underneath, this is just 1/2-inch plywood.
Okay.
And then I finished it off with pieces of 1/2-inch plywood.
Wow. That's plywood on the top?
Yeah, that's plywood. And I did.
No, I say the top.
The very top is a laminate. It's a tongue and groove style flooring,
Right.
composite flooring. And this flooring has its own underlayment, so I didn't have to put down any kind of underlayment between the plywood and the
Nice.
flooring,
Nice.
which is nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gives a little bit of a decorative type feel too. It makes it feel like more of a home.
So is the bed, you build it or it's just a no-build bed?
This bed I built after watching a Bob Wells video, and he did a build like this for another person who was in need of a bed in their van, and it inspired me to do this build. The way I did it, let me get up in here. So it's 1/2-inch plywood,
Right.
and I did 1-inch holes probably about every 6 to 12 inches. Now I did build this in 2 pieces because as a solo nomad, if I ever need to take this build out, I can just unlatch it right here. I can unlatch it, and then these 2 pieces become separate from each other.
So the frame on the bottom, you can buy them and then custom cut them or something?
Yeah, so all I did was a very sloppy job, but it's 2x4s for my legs and a 2x4.
Okay.
Going
So you
from-
build it yourself?
From leg to leg.
Okay.
Yes, I built it myself. And this is a 6-inch memory foam mattress that I have inside of a mattress cover.
Right.
That's a waterproof cover. Followed by a narrow twin sheet set. And then of course I have several layers. My sleeping bag. I have another fleece sleeping bag. And then I have my Mexican blanket. And then I have a heated blanket if I absolutely need it. This is a 12-volt heated blanket from Walmart. I think it was like $20. And it has an auto shut-off switch, which I really like. It also has high or low.
Right.
and just plugs into your cigarette lighter.
Is that running all night, or you just start to warm up the bed and that's it for the night, or you just run it all night?
So I use it to knock the chill off when I first get into the van. This does shut off automatically after I think 20 or 30 minutes. It'll cut off.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you can't run it all night. It's a safety feature that's built in. You don't want to run these all night, and you also don't want these to be. You want them to be the top layer. You don't want them to be underneath, because that's a fire hazard there. Also on this header, I've added some hooks so I can hang things like hats, my sticker bag that I carry with me on the meetups, and then I added this decorative marine grade rope, 1-inch rope, just to kind of help fill in some of the gaps from my poor craftsmanship there, because I was in a hurry. I built this in the middle of winter back in Kentucky, and we were facing some really cold temperatures, and so I was rushing to get this piece done because I was just so excited. Yeah, but I feel like it turned out really well. And these are battery powered lights, these star lights, and I just used a piece of Velcro to put the remote there, and so when I get in, I can turn them on, and then as I get in bed, I can move the remote to the other Velcro back here beside the bed.
Nice.
I don't know if you can see that. That way, because usually when I lay down, I lay down this way.
So what you got back there? Look like some sort of kitchen or something back there?
Yeah, so in the back, that is my kitchen cabinet I have, but it doubles as a headboard for the bed.
Nice. Let's go check out the kitchen area. Unless you have something out that you want to share with
probably us. This would be better seen from the other side, but this is or you could come on in, Tim. This is a storage shelf I built, and it has a flip down desk, so I can put drinks on here at night. I also have a magnetic mount here, so I can put my phone here, keep it out of the way. Lots of food storage in here. Also,
you can see there's a place for everything that within reach from the bed.
Yes. So I have all the channels I meet along the way. I put their stickers here on this board. I have my headlamp within easy grasp right there. I put all my bathroom stuff into one place, into this bag, so I have travel size bottles and soaps.
So it's important to make sure you have places that you don't have to move stuff to get to the thing you need in the small space like this, right?
Exactly. So when I need to get up and use use any of this stuff, take a shower or brush my teeth, I can just grab this and I'm out the door. And I have everything I need in here.
Excellent, excellent.
And then this is just tons of more storage up here of, extra batteries, my fan. This is another light that I can use that plugs into my Jackery. Just various things that you would need. Bluetooth speaker. I try to think of everything that I would need if I was out on the road. So that's kind of what I did. I had this flashlight already, so I went ahead and mounted this flashlight here because I
see you got a fire extinguisher.
Yeah. And I have a fire extinguisher mounted there with the bracket it came with. A lot of people ask, like, how do you get that to stay there?
So are you living in this full-time, Marshall?
I'm not full-time yet. I'm probably about 75% full-time. I still have an apartment I pay for. I'm working on becoming full-time in 2022.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that.
All right. I want to check out his kitchen.
Kitchen, yes.
Not chicken, kitchen.
No chickens. So this is the kitchen cabinet. I wanted to have all the kitchen stuff into one area, and I didn't want to cook a lot inside the van. Now, when it is raining, I can move my stove inside and I can use it inside my van. Most of the time though, I try to do all the cooking out here. We'll start with the bottom. This is my water storage, and this is a magnetic cover that just covers all this. I did a stain resistant paint, it's a stain blocker actually, all around in here because I knew water was going to be stored in here, and I didn't want water accidentally splashing out and starting to mold or rot the wood. So that's what I did all the way in this cabinet. I have 2 5-gallon water containers for my fresh water, collapsible sink, collapsible saw, and this has worked out really well.
Okay.
Get back in here. And this,
I really like this.
the fleur-de-lis.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of a homage to my city, because I live in Louisville, Kentucky, or at least that's where my apartment is right now, and they have these all over the city on all of their street signs because the city was named after King Louis XVI from France.
Okay.
So you'll see these fleur-de-lis everywhere in Louisville. And I thought, what a cool way to bring a little bit of home with me on the road. Also, I work in the film and television industry, building sets and props. And a short film I worked on, we used this piece of wood and this bottom piece actually. So I definitely try to recycle wood if I can. And so I took the pieces from this box I created for the short film, and I transferred it over here. And this is this model number is left over from that movie.
Nice.
It was something they did in there. But this is starting here at the top. I have my water pump that pumps out.
Is that the USB charge?
This is the USB rechargeable. And I have some small storage space here. And then this folds down to become a kind of a work surface to hold the grill. So when I'm ready to cook, I just slide this out and I set the grill up right here.
Is that a 2-burner stove?
And this is a Coleman dual fuel 2-burner stove.
Nice.
And it has a tank that this is an older one. So the tank you can actually store inside of the stove itself. Then when you need it, you just lift this up and it hangs on the front.
So what kind of fuel is this use?
So this uses the white fuel is what I call it.
Okay.
This is it right here.
Okay.
Super fuel. I keep it in this bag just in case. I mean, it's got
Spill,
the lid,
yep.
but you never know. If it happened to start leaking, I didn't want it to get over everything. So I keep that right there, just right beside the stove, with a little funnel that it came with, so that I can get it into the tank, and that stays right there with the fuel.
How long would that can last you?
So that can will last, I'm still testing to see how long.
So far, how long you had it?
So far, it's lasted me a month already.
Wow. So worth it then. Worth using this kind of fuel.
Yeah, with using that kind of fuel. Now the other type of fuel it will use, which I'm leery on using it, is unleaded gasoline.
Oh no,
That just
no,
makes
no,
me,
no.
I've heard
Yeah.
that it,
Highly flammable.
highly flammable, and it burns black smoke a lot.
Yep.
With the super fuel here, it burns, the smoke is clear. It's not as flammable as something like unleaded gasoline.
Right.
Also, I don't have to carry as much. Up here in the top part, I just did a small basket. This has things like my trash bags, Ziploc bags, utensils, things I would use to cook back here, a knife sharpener, things I would use to cook inside the van. And I also use these silicone scrubbers for dish duty, because these don't attract any mold.
Okay.
A lot of times people use the cloth dish towels,
Right.
dish rags. These, I like them, but they take some getting used to because they're weird, especially when you're used to the cloth ones. I have a cutting board, a mixing bowl. This is my what I use to clean my dishes. It's a mix of water, vinegar, white vinegar, and lemon juice.
Typical way of cleaning with very minimal water.
Very minimal water, exactly. So I do have that collapsible sink I can fill up, but it just uses so much water. So what I'll do is I'll spray that on there. Then I can always rinse with my fresh water if I need to.
Right.
And I also have this nesting cookware set. You've probably seen these. So if I'm making a big pot of soup or chili or something like that, I like to make a white bean chicken chili.
Right.
I'll use this big pot. But then inside I have my other smaller pans that all nest together. So this is a complete camp set. It has
very important feature when you live in small space.
Yes.
Things have to be stuck inside each other.
Yep. So all of this fits together. It's got 3 different pans and pots in there. It's got 2 cups. So it's a really great They have all kinds of different ones that you can get. This is just one I've had ever since I was camping when I was a kid. But I designed the cabinet around all the stuff.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure I had a space for everything. So that's why it looks like there's a space for everything, because that's how I designed it, you know.
So what you got on your left over there of the
So on the left
kitchen
here,
area?
this is more kitchen stuff. I have food storage up here and disposable utensils, extra olive oil, more bags, skewers, other kitchen items you might need are in this easily accessible. These were, this is a 3-piece set I ordered on Amazon. They fold down if you're not using them.
Yep.
I love these because I've used them on top of the shelf and then back here. And then inspired by Tim, I got me one of these food containers for to keep some food in. That way it's not some here, some there, all over the place. I have it all in one central location. And this is just a cheap, probably about $15 3-drawer bin. You can get them at anywhere, Walmart. And I use this to store. This is my junk drawer, but it's actually not junk at all.
No, it's just stuff that we might not use that often, right?
Exactly. A super cool tip is lint brush when you're dealing with sand in the desert.
Oh, really? Good tips
desert.
right there.
And you're getting, so as you're getting in and out of your vehicle, you're going to be tracking in sand and stuff. And if you don't have a dust buster, this is the next best thing because these are so cheap. You can get them at the Dollar Tree.
Yep.
Peel them off, take all the sand and dust off your bed or off your floor. But this has
good tips.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. I've tried to think of everything I might need. So I have stormproof matches. I got those too. Have you used these yet?
No, I mean just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Yep.
So I have some of those in there. Clothespins, I just had them, so I thought, why not throw them in there? My lighter to light the stove. I have extra storage containers if I have food left over. If you need to roast some hot dogs or marshmallows. I even have a life straw, so if I'm out hiking, I can take this with me. And if I find a water source,
I need to get one of those.
These are great. They're really inexpensive. I also keep my laundry detergent. I use the pods because it takes up less space, and I keep them in just a little Ziploc bag. And then for my fabric softener, I do the same thing. I take it out of the box and I just put it in a Ziploc bag. So these are my Downy sheets.
See, these are good tips, people.
Also, this is not necessarily something for when you're out and about on your trips, but I've used these. These are snaps that you can do yourself. So the curtain on that, I call it the header piece that separates the front from the back. It's actually held on with these snaps, and they're super easy to install yourself. And also along the bed, I put some black fabric, and that snaps.
Okay.
And so I keep these just in case there's another project I need for snaps. All right, and then these bottom drawers is just extra clothes storage.
Right.
And towels and more. I have socks in here. Socks.
And and these are cheap plastic container you can buy them pretty much anywhere, right? And then you paint them inside to make it match with your.
And then you can see on the sides, I didn't do the sides. I just painted the fronts and I painted the back.
Right.
What you would see.
So it match.
So that it'll match everything.
Nice.
Here is that table I said that goes on top of the. I'm not gonna pull it out, but it goes on top of that pole.
On the pole.
That pole that was under the floor with the hammer that.
Oh, okay.
I hammer in this pole, and I can hammer it in like right over the fire, and then that table goes on it.
Oh,
I can
nice.
sit there, or I could just use it as a camp table.
Okay. Multi-purpose stuff that have to function more than once when you live in a small place.
Very important to have more than one function. And then on the other side, I have just a couple more things I'd like to show you. I do carry I believe it's a 5-foot folding table, and that just.
Whew, that's a big table.
Yeah, it's kind of. Now that I have it, it's like, man, did I go too big? But it just sits right here.
If you got space to have it in, why not?
Yeah, it comes in handy. And then for clothes storage, I have 2 crates.
Milk crate. That's your best friend.
Yep. Milk crates, multi-purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and
if you're in a bind, you can use it as a seat, flip it around, do whatever.
Yep. And I have storage under the bed that you can access from this side.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another tote
Wow.
with additional storage.
More plastic bin.
Another plastic bin, right? I have tools. I have a collapsible stool. Another fly swatter for this side because they're pesky little creatures. But this storage is 30 inches deep by 35 inches.
Wow.
On just this side, and then I have the
So that means you got more stuff back there, which we're not gonna go in.
yeah. I have more storage under the bed. I carry a socket set with me in case I need it
Right.
to work on the vehicle. I carry first aid kit. There's a lot of things that we just don't have the time. We'd be here all day if we went through everything.
Well, thanks, Marshall, for the tour.
Thank you.
And make sure to check out his channel for more detail how he built up his van. It's an awesome build. If I ever do it, I would do his build, but I'm too lazy. So check out his channel, all right, people? Thanks, Marshall.
Thank you, Tim.
All right. Bye.